Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 11 of Never Before Seen. We're starting season 2 off strong. My name is AmberCyprian, and I am your host tonight as we bring you a set of categories from a game that has been seen on the main GDQ stage, but the categories have not been. Main GDQ stages count as AGDQ, SGDQ, and GDQx events, and if you happen to speedrun a game or a category that has never been run in any of those, and you'd like to submit it to the show, type !NBS into the chat to find the link to be able to send me your runs, and I would love to have you. Before we get started with the runs that we have planned for tonight, we have a few announcements. First and foremost, SGDQ 2021 online is July 4th to the 11th. The games list will be released on May 8th, so it's not too far off. Tweet at Games Done Quick and let us know what you're hoping to see on the games list. And SGDQ 2021 online prize submissions are now open. Go to GamesDoneQuick.com to find out about submitting prizes for the event if you want more information on that. And then Frame Fatales, the all-woman speedrunning event, will be returning on August 15th to the 21st with Flame Fatales. Game submissions will be open from May 18th to the 25th, and go to GamesDoneQuick.com/FrameFatales for more information on that upcoming event. And as always, if you're watching this on YouTube and you'd like to support our live content, please consider checking us out over on our Twitch channel at twitch.tv/GDQ. And also consider helping to support us with your Amazon Prime account if you've got one. You've got Prime Gaming, and you can subscribe to any Twitch channel of your choice every month for free with that. So please consider using that to subscribe to the GDQ Twitch channel. Anyways, this is a special episode that we do. We usually do games specifically that have never been on the main GDQ stage. But every 10 episodes or so, I'm going to start visiting categories of games that have been seen, but categories that have not, which I think is kind of cool. So, we have two versions of Link's Awakening, both of which have been run before, but these categories are a little different. I've got TGH, the main person I could ever ask to show these. We're going to do a category that doesn't really look like this video game anymore.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I know you said like, typically Never Before Seen is games that haven't been seen, right? I assure you, this is like you've never seen this game before. This category is wildly different from pretty much every other category in the game. I can do stuff like what I'm doing right now, like walk on solid walls, just completely walk over collision, just ignore all sorts of collision that exists in the game. We're going to be wrong warping everywhere, and you'll see. It's going to be interesting. But welcome, everyone, to Never Before Seen, hosted by the AmberCyprian. Thank you so much. I'm TGH, and I'm here with my commentator, Ice Blue.
Hello, I'm Ice.
Yo. So Ice, I believe, has briefly run LADX and is a runner and fellow moderator as well of the game we're going to be running later, Link's Awakening Switch. So we're going to be playing these games in chronological order, if you will.
I also just want to chime in real quick. Like someone has mentioned in chat already, this category in particular has some really, really bad flashing lights and some really unsettling high-pitched noises. If you are sensitive to any of those, especially the flashing lights, we will let you know as they come up. But this is your warning now. If you want to make the window smaller, if that helps you, while still being able to watch. But like this category has some absurd visuals, so just be aware.
Yeah, and I'll let you know. I'll be sure to let you know like when there are actually flashing lights. Like when we get capacity upgrades, there are normally flashing lights, but they're really bad in this particular category. So I'll be sure to let you know.
It's mostly just like a bunch of junk data with flashing lights like put together. It makes it pretty bad.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
All right. Thank you. Might need it. Okay, so this is Link's Awakening DX, released in 1998. It is a remake of, or it's not really a remake, it's more of a rehashing and updating of the original Link's Awakening released in 93 for the normal Game Boy. This one has color, but it's not the only update that was made to the game. An extra dungeon was added which we will not be seeing in this run. So this is 100% no restrictions, which basically means we can do whatever we want in terms of like, you know, glitches. And we do not have to get any items at their actual source requirement. So it makes for some pretty interesting routing involving a main glitch in this run known as the doghouse glitch, which we'll be showcasing pretty much right away. So when you, by the way, I'm going to hold out my shield here for a little half-second save. I'm going to extend my hitbox by holding shield. It's pretty easy, just hold B and right at the end of that dialogue. So I'm going to kill 4 enemies. Kill count is important for this. So back in Mabe Village, the village where you start, you actually walk right past where you do this glitch. Madame Meowmow's house. Actually, the reason they call it the doghouse glitch is because you do it on the doghouse. Wow, thanks, Octrock. So I've killed 4 enemies now. And when you enter a loading zone in this game from a coordinate that the game does not expect you to enter it from, this happens. So this is, how do I explain this? This is sort of the way the game handles its own data, not exactly the way it presents it to the player. So we are no longer playing Link's Awakening DX. We are playing a different game entirely with the best soundtrack you've ever heard, by the way.
It was composed by Skrillex.
Yes. Yeah, we've successfully dropped the bass. We found the bass in that chest. Actually, no, those were the boots. The bass boots.
Boost baits. Yeah, close enough.
Whoops.
So what you're gonna see here is basically like Tej is confusing the game into thinking that he's in multiple different dungeons, and all these different chests that he's opening is actually giving him the dungeon items, which is gonna, you know, allow us to beat the game as fast as we can beat it.
Yeah, this will really remind you of Pokemon Red, honestly, like the glitch city in Pokemon Red, if you will. But yeah, so we just got a bunch of items. I'll open up my menu here so you can see in a bit. Right here, you can see we got all those items, and we're only 3 minutes into the run, so yeah, we're gonna enter the Dream Shrine, and so another thing to know about this game is that all the dungeons in this game are actually connected on certain submaps. And I also just did something called the super jump there, which involves basically tricking the game into thinking I'm jumping off a cliff. And when that happens, you lose all collision with everything until you land. But so right now, I'm gonna go out of bounds here. I'm going to do another super jump. I wasn't quite clipped. Came out of it. There we go. So now we're out of bounds, and we're gonna go to, here's Moblin Cave, and now we're in Dungeon 7. And so what do you do in Dungeon 7, you wonder, right? What could we possibly be doing here? Whoops. Pick up a bomb, and we're gonna visit this screen.
This is Mambo, by the way.
And we're gonna learn Mambo's Mambo.
So while this is going on, some people are asking, like, this is a like, for a 100% run, this is an unbelievably short speed run. The main reason why this is so short is because it is no restrictions. We have no source requirement for where we get our items. We just need to make sure we get all of our items. And that could be from duplicating chests, or like accessing chests that don't actually exist, or like in the vanilla game, stuff like that. So definitely, this is the shortest 100% category you could get from this game, but there are actual 100% categories that have glitches, but they do require you to get the items from their actual original and intended sources.
Yeah, that category that Amber just described is actually called 100% no woob, or no wrong warp, no out of bounds. So this is a wrong warp, and we've already gone out of bounds. We've already showcased like all the glitches you can't do in or pretty much all the glitches you can't do in the main category for 100%. So yeah, here is Venture 2 into the doghouse. We're gonna be getting The mirror shield. Up here, we're going to get the hook shot and the fire rod, or the magic rod, excuse me. It's called the magic rod in this game.
One big thing to note after the magic rod, maybe about 10 seconds after, we will be entering a screen with flashing lights.
Yeah.
So if you do have sensitive eyes to flashing lights, please look away for a bit.
Yep.
Yeah,
so
in this
here's
particular room, it's bad.
Yeah, here's our friend RIB56577. And yeah, flashing lights are going to be happening in like 2 seconds, so please be warned. Yeah, and that's going to happen twice more throughout this section. But yeah, including right here, so we're going to do it again. So these two rooms are right next to each other, but we can utilize them as many times as we want to get all of the capacity upgrades, which is pretty neat.
But first, we're going to duplicate a couple of shells.
Yeah.
Before we use the third one. So the shells here, we're going to get, like, what is it, 4?
Yep, we get 4 shells here.
Okay, yeah. So you get 4 shells here, and then 6 on the overworld. And then later on, we're going to dupe 5 more through a different means to get the Koholint sword.
Yeah, this run is pretty, this run is pretty wild. Yeah,
Flashing lights
I forgot
warning one more time, by the way.
Yeah, flashing lights right here. Just be warned. This is the last one for a while. And there we go.
Yeah, the first one's definitely the worst because it's in a dark room. The other 2 are lit up, so it's not quite as intense, but still.
Yeah. So we're actually mamboing out here, and mamboing conveniently puts you right here. Anytime you do, we're gonna save and quit to reset our kill count. Whoops. So I mamboed there.
Should we start a bug counter?
No. Or you can if you want, I guess. It's fine. We're at like what, 2 so far?
Yeah, looks like.
Look, it's hard. It's hard to play LAS and LADX simultaneously in any capacity. So yeah, I mamboed there, by the way, instead of saving and quitting, because for whatever reason, I was at 2 kills for some reason.
I think you might have left a screen prematurely.
I may have, yeah. So that's actually a really good time to explain, by the way, that you have to let an enemy die completely before you actually transition screens for it to count as a kill. And kill count is actually really important for Doghouse Rung Warps, because they can actually... Oh, I actually messed that up too. We're fine. Yeah, we're good. I think we're fine. I'm still not at 3. What? Why?
Do the cuckoos and foxes not count? Like,
no, they do.
Okay.
That's weird. That transition just didn't work. Oh, you can't. Okay, you can't kill that fox apparently when Marin's singing. You learn something new every day.
The power of music protects him.
You learn something new every day. Okay, maybe you have to actually wrap around like that. Yeah, which I forgot to do. And so there we go. There's a transition. Okay. So yeah, that was weird. I don't know why that didn't work the first time. So now we're in something resembling Dungeon 2. Just gonna kind of go down the side here. Why is this being so weird? And we are venturing into places we aren't supposed to be. I don't know what's happening. I don't know why that happened. Look, this run is this run can be like that sometimes, I guess. I seriously don't know why that just happened. But it's fine. It's not a huge deal.
So while you go and try to get your kill count back to 3, you did touch on the fact that your kill count affects where you end up in the doghouse, right?
Yeah, I tried to, but I think I was distracted by the fox not dying while Marin was singing. But yeah, so your kill count is very important for correct wrong warping here, like wrong warping to the right place and with the right layout it's really strange how it works, and honestly, like I couldn't even begin to explain like why it works like it does. Let's try this again.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go. I
That
have no clue why that didn't work the first time.
That is a
Link
thing
just kind of
resembling
wrapped
an
up
instrument.
instead of going down. But anyway, so that's an instrument. You know, obviously.
Or was an instrument, you know.
Yeah, you could say we caught missing no. But I call that split mimic mania because you know the all the mimics that fly out of it for some reason.
Or fly into it. It looks like they're going into it.
Something like that. All right, so we caught four, or excuse me, we didn't catch 4 seashells. We caught 4 seashells in the in that second doghouse section that I did, because we get 6 more in the overworld, and then so that means we have 10, which is exactly how many we want in order to duplicate seashells later in another another sort of doghouse section that's not even really a doghouse section. Well, it's done after we perform a glitch called Super Swim in a cave later, and I'll go over that when we actually get to it. But yeah, long story short, we can duplicate seashells when we have 10 and get to 20, and therefore get the L2 sword.
Someone asked, this isn't Link's Awakening, or is it? Well, it is, but it might not look like how you remember it.
It's Link's nightmare. Link hasn't quite awoken yet. He's still going through the nightmare.
This run is all a dream.
Yeah, so we just did something actually as intended. Well, sort of.
I can't believe it.
I know. All right, so now we're going to get D4's instrument. I like to call this split Pepto-Bismol. You'll see why. So that may have looked like the power bracelet, but I'm pretty sure it was actually the face key. That may have looked like a golden leaf, but it was actually the bird key, as you can see by my inventory changing. Yeah, like, visual assets are totally, like, screwed here. As you know, might be able to tell just by looking at it. But yeah, this is why I call it Pepto-Bismol. Everything's pink once you get to this point. I also need to be very careful when moving throughout these sections, as I sort of inadvertently demonstrated in Dungeon 2. There's another power bracelet, by the way. As I sort of inadvertently demonstrated in Dungeon 2, there are a bunch of like triggers around here and things that can and will like zip you in places that you don't want to go and teleport you to actual transitions that are not glitched. Sort of like what I utilized there, except they bring you where you don't want to go. So I need to be very careful moving throughout those sections. It's very volatile. But that is the D4 instrument. That is actually the surf harp.
I'm shocked you didn't call that like the flicky mambo.
I could have. I definitely could have.
So this is where the run is actually going to get really, really kind of wild.
Yeah. You know, because it's not wild yet. It hasn't.
So right here, we're going to essentially start running around on the overworld wherever we
Oh,
please.
this is a problem. My my upgrades are gone. My upgrades are completely gone. Okay, so remember when I got those upgrades? They're gone because I saved and quit at a bad time. That can happen. So now I need to do the overworld slaughter here without arrows. Which I can do, it's just really slow. And I'm not going to get those arrows. We're going to call those got and move on.
So mostly 100%.
Basically.
You are the second 100% run I've had on this show that has not actually been 100%.
Nice.
Shout out to Ori Sky. That Mind Seize episode was great. The Metroidvania episode was a lot of fun.
One big thing to note, if Tej transitions downward on the overworld, the game will soft lock.
Yeah, it's you don't want to do that. For a couple different reasons. And there's actually a part later that's kind of scary, but I'm gonna do a pretty safe strat for it.
So yeah, he's just building up a kill count in order to acquire an item right before he enters the face shrub.
But yeah, I'll be completely transparent and say that I really don't know why my upgrades went away.
That was weird. Like, you save quit like a lot later.
No, that's not right. So this is Landmola. Or, you know. I also need to... Oh, I missed it! Okay, well, we'll get that later, I guess. Okay. Yeah, well, we'll actually go back and get that later. It's not a big deal.
So while Teach is doing all of these slaughtering on the all the slaughtering on the overworld, someone did ask if there were any resources or tutorials around to learn this run. I don't know about this run in particular. Is there a tutorial for this, Teach?
For this, there is on SRC.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, God. There is on SRC. However, it's a little bit out of date, I believe. Like, it doesn't have the newer route here for the overworld slaughter, but it has most of everything.
Yeah, it could definitely get you started on this. If you're interested in another category like no system transition or wrong warp, that was actually featured in Speed Seasons 3, and there was a full tutorial for that in the community spotlight, which I believe Teach used the video from that to learn that for the Speed Seasons 3 race. So definitely recommend that. That was a very good tutorial by Alpha 5, who is the main organizer of Speed Seasons.
Okay, I think we're fine. But the reason we're doing this, by the way, is actually to overflow data in our inventory. And there we go. Okay, so despite the arrow problem, I did manage to get the tunic. But those kills right there, namely kills 87, 88, and 90, which are the kills that we did without transitioning submaps. Those actually give me pictures as well as glitch a tunic into my inventory. So we now have the blue tunic. And also, upon getting the pictures, it activated the picture side quest that Mauser starts off for you, even though we didn't actually go see Mauser. Like, we actually don't know who Mauser is. It's just like it just started.
Isn't that the boss from SMB2?
It is, yeah.
Okay.
Same Mauser.
Also, shoutouts to the only time we see Richard, I think.
That is the only time we see Richard, yeah.
And also,
unless we
shout out to our
somehow
tech
see
Richard.
like a glitched asset of Richard later, which I don't think I've ever seen actually. All right, so now we're gonna super swim. I don't think, did we go over super swimming?
We did not.
So yeah, so super swimming is remember I mentioned super jumps earlier very briefly. It's hard to explain everything that goes on in this run as it's happening, but basically super swimming is long story short, it's super jumping in the water. So you ordinarily don't get collision back until you land. I did mention that, I know I did. In the water, however, you don't land. So the flag never actually gets set for you to be able to, you know, like, be on solid ground again. So the flag never gets set for, like, collision to actually come back. So you can just, like, forever walk over everything. That's the wrong hole. Alright, so... I do want to kill two things here. There we go. Again, kill count's important. So I'm going to super swim again in this cave, and we're going to access the cave submap. So you actually
also a very fun time.
Yeah, you get a picture for stealing. There we go. We've stolen a bomb. And so the picture is just in our inventory now. All right, so something really strange happens here. This is actually the final boss room. It really looks like it, doesn't it? But either way, we can't actually fight the boss here, but we do use this room to, for whatever reason, get massive speed and just complete loss of collision everywhere.
It's like, I don't want to fight this boss right now. I'll get to you later. I don't have 100% yet.
I'm so sorry that I don't have like any sort of like hugely technical explanations for what exactly is happening here.
I don't think anyone does.
This run is just a complete anomaly. And it makes zero sense.
I mean, that's why
honestly,
it's here.
It's a miracle that this category even exists. And I do have to shout out Velatoge for being basically like the founding father, if you will, of this particular run, this route especially. Also, shout outs to Seisei as well for further developing the route. This may be a problem. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so I have literally 1 bomb to spare. Actually, hold on. I need a bomb trigger to get another. Okay, we'll come back for the L2 sword. We have 20 seashells, either way, so that's fine. Also, flashing lights warning right here, by the way.
Ah, yes, good old frog song.
Yeah. Okay, so we can easily get that. So we need that, and we need the angler key. Also, enjoy the song. Also, enjoy the 2 frogs just not doing anything.
The backup singers are slacking, man.
It's the Stalfo Song of Soul.
Mm-hmm.
Look, even Papyrus made his way into this game.
What's the dance called where like one person stands like behind the other? Is that a tango? I don't even know. I don't know dancing. Also, I have 11 bombs now for some reason. Okay, well, our bomb problem's solved.
Excuse me?
All right, yeah, I went from 1 bomb to 11, just like that.
Maybe it just calculated.
I don't know.
Stole.
I really don't know. I don't know what's going on.
It's possible that it's possible that it counted the 10 that you stole in the cave transition.
Oh, you know what? Maybe it does, because you don't normally get that bomb. Like that bomb normally does not get added to your inventory. That's wild. Okay, well, this run's been full of surprises, both good and bad.
For anyone who's asking, like, what is even happening right now,
I don't know.
None of us know, I don't think. Not even the people who run this category actually know what's going on.
Look, I'm the race car driver, I'm not the engineer, okay?
Just the windfish take the wheel.
Yep. There's the D3 instrument. That is the Sea Lily spell? Yeah, Sea Lily spell.
Slime Eye is no more. Crab emoji. By the way, you might notice that Teach now has full hearts.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so the key that I got that dropped down, I got that for a reason, because that actually gives you all the hearts. In fact, it gives me more than the maximum amount of heart containers you can hold, which is why I will be constantly beeping health for the rest of the entire run. So I hope you like beeping. Alright, so I needed to save and quit to reset my kill count, and I'm going to kill 3 here, and this guy. So now we're going to enter the doghouse again and get the D7 instrument. So and now instead of going left or up, we're going to go down. And this way.
This is the intended route through D7, by the way.
Yes,
Oh,
it is.
yeah.
All right, and so now we're in something that actually resembles D7. But again, we're just paying absolutely no mind to any sort of sense. There we go. There's our depressing game of Connect 4.
That's Connect 2.
This would be a hard game of Connect 4 to win with only 4 slots.
I get 4 turns, you get 1. I go first, though.
Yeah, that's fair. Alright, so now we come out at Dungeon 8, because that makes sense. So I'm going to do something now called the Super Swim. Or actually, I've done a Super Swim, but this is a Lava Swim, which is basically a Super Swim in lava. So by transitioning screens and... by transitioning screens and like landing in the lava on the same frame, you can actually swim in the lava on the next screen and just super swim and run all the way to the instrument, skip the boss, skip the whole dungeon completely.
I think this is the only one you actually pick up that looks like an instrument.
Yep. This actually looks like an instrument, which is pretty boring.
The thunder drums.
Yes. All right, so now we're going to do a little bit of an overworld section here, in which we will get the tail key, one of our last few pictures. We're going to complete the trade sequence,
When
get the magnifying glass.
How are you going to wrap that sword back in?
Let's see. Hang on a second. Sorry, I got to focus on this. There we go. All right, so... I don't know why I got text, but that's a boots buffer. There's ordinarily supposed to be an owl cutscene that happens there, but we were able to skip it by actually holding boots before we open the chest, and that's called a boots buffer. And we can then just run off the screen before the owl is actually supposed to be appearing and skip the cutscene completely. So yeah, the L2 sword. I can actually route that in here, I think, now that you mention it. Yeah, I can just go right up here. And hopefully the game isn't weird. And by that I mean hopefully the game actually gives me the sword. Because I have 20 seashells, but sometimes the game can be really weird in this category and it can just not give you the sword. Or it can not give you like the gift associated with it. And yeah, it looks like we're getting it. Okay. Cool. We're actually getting it. So you can't see the really, like, you know, garbled mess of graphics that the sword is supposed to look like in this category. But, you know, instead
you
it'll
mean to
actually
tell me
look like
I
sword.
don't get a buzz blob as a weapon? Come on.
Precisely.
I would love to walk around and
So
slap somebody with electricity.
That's a nice A item I've got there. What? Okay.
Hey, you got full health too.
Look, don't ask. I have no idea.
Wait, you have full health too.
I do have full health. What? Okay, I think getting the L2 sword actually refills your health.
All right, well, we found the safety rat of the category.
Yeah. So now we're going to complete the trade sequence here by getting the scale from the mermaid, and we're going to take the scale to the statue. But on the way, we're going to grab the fishing hook. No, we're not. We're going to get we're going to get the picture from the fisherman. So this is, of 12 pictures, this is our 10th picture. The last two are actually pictures that we get with Marin. But we're not going to get Marin in the traditional way at all. We'll see. Am I still beeping? I am. I'm beeping. I have full health and I'm beeping.
Good to know.
This is good.
This run is great.
I feel bad that I can't like explain most of this stuff. Like, it's funny because I was actually on a Kung Fu Fruit Cup show a few weeks ago. That's never happened before. Where I was like kind of explaining like everything that was happening in the run, and I just like couldn't explain half of what's actually happening. Because
I promise we'll do a better job of explaining the game for the next one. This one is just
exactly
crazy.
Yeah, this particular category is pretty nutty. All right, so now we're gonna trade our B button item, which is going to be the shovel for the boomerang to totally complete the trade sequence now. Yeah, take it from Crystal Saber in chat. Like, Crystal Saber knows like as much about this game as a lot of people. I'll say that. Like Crystal Saber made the save editor that we use for this game to practice, and they can't even explain half the things that are happening. Also, shout out to Saber. What's going on? All right, so here's a picture. Also, sorry, that was not picture 10. That was actually picture 8 that we got at the Fisherman. So this is 9. 10 is going to be in a few seconds as well. We're going to go down and get Ulryra's picture. I also need to find time to route in the angler key that I dropped, that I let fall.
Oh yeah, that is true. You did forget about that.
So there's the Ulryra picture, and we're going to head right back into hell. So here is where to get Dungeon 6's instrument now. I like how pressing any button at all, or using any item at all, even if it's just the boots, makes those Stalfoses like jump out of the way. It's like they're programmed to jump out of the way when you swing your sword, but you can just use any item at all, and it'll work. So yeah, once again, taking pretty good care to not run into any triggers accidentally. On these sections, by the way, where I'm zipping down, pardon my phrasing, basically, I'm alternating between holding nothing and holding down, or else you'll like swim in the floor for some reason. And yeah, swimming is not what you want. Also, you go, Granny. Let's go.
So that's the Ulryra's wife trinket.
You go, Granny. Do your thing. Jesus. Okay, so we're coming out of Dungeon 1 because that makes sense. But anyway, we are gonna do the Dungeon 5 segment now, and on the way, we're gonna do something weird. Well, it's I can't even say we're gonna do something weird because it's all weird.
I was about to say,
but yeah, so
you can't call it weird
so
anymore.
Watch closely. I'm gonna hit this button here, and on this screen we have something following us. Gee, I wonder who that is or what that is. It was Mauser for a second. Okay, yeah, it's fine. Oh, this is not fine. This may not be fine. Can I? Apparently, the answer is no. I cannot. Okay, let's try this again.
That was very amusing looking.
So graceful.
Just like
anyway,
fighting with the wall.
Okay, so I'm gonna mambo back to. What's the estimate? 40?
Yeah.
Good. Okay. All right, so let's head back to Mabe.
How many bombs do you have so you can do the trigger for final boss?
Are we? I don't think I'm opening the egg, so there is no bomb trigger for the final boss.
Oh, I thought you had to. Never mind. Don't mind me.
Yeah,
No,
that's for like marathon incentives and stuff where
yeah,
you play the Ballad of the Windfish at the end. But
at least we got Marin though. At least we got Marin, so we can get the rooster picture here. Was there really a Mauser? For a brief second, yes, there was.
yeah, Wart from SMB2 appears, but he had kind of a skeleton in his stomach
Papyrus.
in this run.
Papyrus.
Yeah, it wasn't Papyrus.
It was Papyrus.
It wasn't.
No, Papyrus is
Anyway.
the next game.
I didn't see a
Oh,
Papyrus.
I forgot to.
Forgot to kill some stuff.
Nice.
I forgot to kill things. Okay, we're going back. Actually, did I save? I saved. No. Okay. All right. I'll head. I'll just walk back.
You doing okay there?
I'm doing fine. I'm just briefly losing my way. Well, everything is intended. Oh, hi, Owl.
Hey, it's the cutscene we missed
Yeah,
earlier.
it's the cutscene we skipped earlier, but now it's happening.
The owl's like, gotcha!
All right, so... Also, like, I don't even want to talk about my menu route right now. This is not the menu I usually have. It's a good thing I have all this health, by the way. Right, this is a thing. Alright, so let's actually kill things now. Show that off again, at least. So we want Doghouse 3 for this.
Yeah, what you're seeing here is a very mangled route. There have been a number of mishaps.
Don't say it. Oh, okay.
A number of mishaps. So the route, as you see it, is not the actual optimal route, I promise. So if you want to check that out, you can definitely take a look at the leaderboard. I'm going to go ahead and post a link to that here. And I'm going to apparently scream at Moobot to do so.
There we go. Okay, that's what was
lock.
supposed to happen. So now we have D5 instrument. Yeah, that's the second time this run where I've just gotten like a southward wrap for a reason that I'm not sure of. But
Amber,
that can just happen sometimes. This is that type of category where things can just happen and there's not a huge, reason for those things to happen. All right, so we're gonna go back into the doghouse. We got 2 more doghouse stints here.
So Teach, did you get the angler key?
I have not gotten the angler key. Thank you for reminding me.
I know if I don't remind you, you're going to forget. Because you are very far removed from when you were supposed to get it.
Yes.
Did I just see that you had 40 bombs now?
Probably. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know.
The runner and the game is
transition right
apart
there
now.
is actually really strange because you have to jump like sideways and it jumps you down. Yeah, I don't know. Also, these stealth boosts. There's also, I'm pretty sure, an unused sprite here as well. Like that sprite that keeps happening on the left. I'm pretty sure that's actually unused. All right, so actually,
hey, look, it's Dungeon 1 again.
What is the best way to go get this key? What's the time right now for the run?
You are at about 38:40.
Oh, okay, we're skipping it. I'm not getting the key. We're very.
You are the only runner tonight.
I mean, if you want me to go get it, I will. But if you don't mind me getting it, I will.
I don't mind.
Like,
you have you are the only runner tonight. You have all the time in the world.
That is fair. Okay.
Well, maybe not all the time in the world. I think Richard would like to go home at some point, but the night is still fairly youngish.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I think the quickest way to get there would be to super swim. So we're just gonna do that.
For a brief moment there, you also had Feather 2.
I did, yeah. Feather 2 is a common thing.
Shoutouts to what is it, Oracle of Ages? That had
I think it's Seasons. Actually,
Seasons the one with the cape?
I think it's Season that has Rock's cape. Yeah.
Yeah, Seasons has the cape. Feather 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Yes,
yeah,
Feather 2.
If there was ever a marathon run to go overestimate, it's this one. that can definitely just be a thing. It's funny because I actually submitted this to GDQ. And the committee's probably looking at this game right now and saying, wow, we better not accept this stuff. Better not accept this.
I don't know if that's true because
it's
this
over
is
here,
definitely a
actually.
spectacle of a run.
Oh,
Chat's
it's interesting.
Really enjoying it.
It's interesting. It's just not. Where am I on the map right now? This is the eastern. Okay, just go up.
Yeah, I was gonna say just
up.
go up.
Nope, I'm falling into the ocean. Okay. It's fine. Everything's fine. Here, we're in the desert. Here we go. We're fine. Everything's okay. And we're gonna fall. Hey, we got the anchor key. Okay, so from here, I think we combo again. We did it. We actually have 100% of everything now. Well, except for the capacity upgrades, but let's not worry about that. Those are yeah, those are strange. I don't know why those go away sometimes. It had to do with the save and quit, for sure.
I greatly appreciate Richard doing a replay on you falling into the into the ocean.
Oh, thanks, Richard. Really appreciate that. People really needed to see that again.
Can I get a copy of that clip, please? Thanks.
Yeah, there has been a lot of improvised routing.
I actually don't even know how many kills I have, so I'm just gonna like enter this house, save and quit, and come out. And I actually only need 2 for this particular segment, so we're actually gonna go to the final boss now.
By the way, Bow Wow was gone. Crab emoji.
Alright, so that's fine. Okay, final boss time. Let's go. So we can quick kill on the blob here. However, it is RNG dependent, unfortunately, in this category. So this fight is usually manipulated. We actually got lucky there. Nice. Standing on a certain pixel and holding out your sword can just like quick kill. Alright, here's our best friend, Agathon.
It's only the best fight.
It is, though. So in this version, unlike the version we're going to be playing very soon, the first 2 balls are completely 50-50, whether they're reflectable or not. The second 2 are always... Wait, did I mix that up? The first 2 are guaranteed, sorry. The first 2 are guaranteed. The next 2 are 50-50 until you get 4 total hits on them.
Good Aga luck, though. Just 1.
Yeah, pretty good. I'm going to attempt something now called Death Eye Skip. This is bound to go well. I actually am not sure what frame that is. I think it's... I might have gotten it. No, I didn't get it. Okay, cool. So, fortunately, I missed that. Yeah, the idea there would have been to actually play the ocarina on the same frame that one of the bats was supposed to charge at me, and that actually freezes the bat in place until Ganon is dead. And when Ganon dies, the game just kind of says, "Oh, there's something on the screen with 0 health," and spawns the stairs, says Death Eye's dead. So it skips the fight. It skips that fight completely. But luckily, since we have the boomerang, we can one-shot Death Eye, because the boomerang indeed one-shots Death Eye. And this is going to be time. That's time right there. The first frame that Yo, thanks for changing the estimate.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Perfect.
It was
Thank
funny
you.
before the show. I was like, "Is your estimate 45 or 40?" And he was like, "Yeah, you can make it 45 if you want, and everyone can be impressed at how far underestimate I am."
Yeah, nobody needs to hear that. Nope.
But no, that was a 44-22 as far as I can see.
Honestly, y'all should be impressed that I came like less than 5 minutes under estimate. I'm assuming it was less than 5 minutes under, was it? Was it under 45?
Yeah, it was under a 45. I just said it was a 44-22.
Okay, sorry, I didn't hear that. Nice. Awesome.
It's like 44 minutes and 22 seconds faster than I've done it.
Hey. But no, seriously, thank you for doing that run, especially considering how much trouble it gave you.
Oh yeah,
and all the
like
improvised routing.
that was certainly not my best run, but you know, it comes with the territory, I guess, with running this this particular category. But yeah, coming up next we have an only slightly more stable run. Only slightly.
Yeah,
we're gonna be doing the 2019 version. Like I said, we're doing a bit of a chronological order playthrough here, I guess technically.
Sure hope y'all like Link's Awakening.
Yeah,
because we're about to play Link's Awakening too.
Yeah, so this game was actually remade for the Switch. For those who didn't know, back in 2019, September 2019, a remake was released for the Switch of this game, and it's absolutely beautiful. It is a super, super good and faithful remake. I love it so much, and I'm going to be coming up with a run of that pretty soon, so stay tuned.
Absolutely. So just a reminder to everyone that information on all of our hotfix shows is available at gamesdonequick.com/hotfix. From there, you can find out more information about submitting your runs to any of our weekly shows. And also, of course, your subs, gift subs, Amazon Prime subs, and bits cheered on the GDQ Twitch channel help support our weekly hotfix content, including myself, like my 2 shows, Skybill's 2 shows, Richard's show, Railcoon's show, Super Boss Brothers, you name it. We do genuinely appreciate it when you do support our shows, and also even just being here to watch is very supportive of you, so thank you very much. And also SGDQ 2020 let's try that again. SGDQ 2021 online is July 4th to the 11th, and prize submissions are now open. So go to GamesDoneQuick.com to find out more about submitting some prizes for the event. I almost said surprises. Yes, submit your surprise, and it'll be great. But no, seriously, we'll be right back in just a few minutes while we get Link's Awakening Switch set up. So if you like TGH and you like Ice Blue, give them a follow, but they are going to be sticking around for the rest of the night as we go into our second seen game but unseen category, so stay tuned. Hello everyone, welcome back to episode 11 of Never Before Seen. My name is AmberCyprian, I am the host, and I am joined by TGH and Ice Blue as we delve into yet another game that has been on the GDQ main stage, but a category that hasn't. This is a special style of episode that I'll do every 10 episodes or so, with a unique category, but a not necessarily unique game. We are doing any % no Hinox Warp, so if anyone saw Link's Awakening Switch when it was very, very new, it was an AGDQ 2020, and things have definitely changed since then, and this category itself has also changed. Or rather, this is a different category. We don't have Hinox Warps. That is the main difference, is that we don't have Hinox Warps, and I am very, very excited. So, you know. Anyways, TGH, it is all on you. Can you tell the lovely people what they're in for?
Okay, so you're in for hopefully a better run than what you just saw, basically, for me. But also a very different type of run, but hopefully just as entertaining one. So this is again a game that has been run. I actually ran this at AGDQ 2020. I didn't run the category though, obviously. I ran any %. This is any % no Hinox Warp. So this category will actually do Dungeon 2, Dungeon 7, and Dungeon 8. It'll actually, like, you know, complete the dungeons sort of as intended. Well, with a couple of exceptions. But yeah, it's this run has really just become kind of like a beast of a speed game, even though it's so new. So let's get into it, really. I am going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So first thing I'll note is that we're actually starting from a pre-made file. We're not starting from a brand new file. This is a manipulated file, which is legal. So you can actually RNG manipulate the egg path at the end. by waiting a certain amount of time before starting the game after starting up your Switch. So in this case, I've actually waited 36 seconds, I think, and I've backed out of, and this was a long time ago I did this, I haven't done this recently, but so I've actually backed out of the name select screen, like the actual like name enter screen. And what that does is it actually it fixes certain bits of RNG in the game, including the egg path. So we will be getting the same egg path every single time.
It's a very fast egg path too.
It is. It's the fastest possible, I'm pretty sure, because egg paths have to have at least one right transition, at least one left transition, but
Which
all the rest
we exactly have one left and one right.
Yep.
Yeah, English is impossible.
So we just got the sword. Nice little animation cancel there by holding the shield, which saves about a second. So
unfortunately for this run, we don't have the wonderful doghouse glitch. It took them about 25-30 years to patch that out. So we're gonna play the game mostly as intended here. Mostly.
Well, at least at the beginning.
Mostly.
Once we exit D1 though, it's fair game. Yeah, this run really picks up after Dungeon 1.
Yeah, Dungeon 1 is like I think it's like what, all glitchless essentially.
Yeah, pretty much, actually. Yeah, I don't think there are any glitches before the end of Dungeon 1. It's mainly just like sort of trying to optimize the slower movement here. Like until we get the boots in Dungeon 3, we are stuck walking. So we yeah, we're just trying to like, save as many frames as we can.
How skippable is the owl in the Awakening Switch? It's not.
Not very.
We have to talk to the owl every time, unfortunately.
Yeah, there are some cutscenes we can skip, but it's just from routing. It's not from like tricks or anything. Oh boy.
In the original
Link's Awakening, you can actually skip owl cutscenes entirely by doing something called a deload, a magic rod deload. Actually, it's like if you you can lag the game a ton with the magic rod by using the magic rod and then immediately pausing the frame after, like immediately the frame after. And then when you transition after that, transition screens, you can just completely despawn everything in the next room, including the owl. In DX, you can bomb trigger transitions to skip the animation of the owl flying on and off the screen, but you can't skip the dialogue.
Just kind of unfortunate.
Yeah.
So I've got forever listen to the owls beak flapping.
Yeah, so we've got the powder. Get out of my way. God.
He's been bullying
Also, shout
you.
outs to not putting the powder on the Y button.
Feather on Y, all times.
All the time.
Feather on Y or you're banned.
I mean, you put feather on X in practice yesterday.
I did it by accident.
That's it.
It was an accident.
I am bringing this up to the leadership.
What percentage of OG glitches would you say work on this version? Absolutely none.
No, pretty much none. There are some exploits that carry over, like in Dungeon 4. So I didn't really get to showcase it in the OG or in LADX, but to get to the boss in Dungeon 4, in DX, you can just jump across like the pit. In this version, you can do the same thing. They put some pots there, but you can blow up the pots with bomb arrows. And then just go ahead and jump across. So they made it a little harder, but not a lot harder.
And we actually recently just discovered some new stuff, new tech.
Yeah,
and, like the routing has completely changed for a couple of dungeons.
Yeah, like Dungeon 4 is completely different now. Dungeon 6 is a little different as well. like this run is completely different from the run that was showcased. Like not only just from the category differences, but from like the new tech that's been found as well. In fact, the tech that Ice just mentioned is actually like literally a week old. It was found like just last week.
It's very, very interesting tech.
Yeah.
And we'll explain that more as it comes closer. But just know that Link learned how to fly.
Mm-hmm. And what does he use? A bomb. Of course. All right, so
Link
now
is
entering Dungeon 1.
Link is like literally MacGyver. It's like a bomb, some stairs, a feather. Bam! You're at the end of Dungeon 4.
I feel like this Link, and you'll see why when we actually get there. But this Link tries to be the Link from Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask with bombs, like bomb hovering, but doesn't quite use the same method, but still gets the job done. Shout out to the keys for blocking that trap.
And still flying away afterwards.
Yeah, he takes it like a champ. So I did some sword slashes there, by the way, to sort of delay my movement, to make it clean through there. It's pretty consistent. No, that's not what I wanted. It's fine.
Someone's saying that this reminds them very strongly of their old Polly Pocket sets. Oh my god, I can't unsee it now.
I've heard a lot of like Funko Pop references. Like people say this looks like Funko Pops.
No, not even close. Those look
Really?
ugly in comparison.
I mean, well, the style is kind of like it. It's got the same like wooden doll effect.
So what you saw Teach just do there, so the game, whenever you open a chest, pick up a key, anything like that, the game auto saves the game. So we utilize that when we just auto load, and it brings us right back to the front of the dungeon, to essentially skip having to walk all the way back.
Oh yeah, so we actually wait to that key on the left that I get there, to the left of the entrance. I actually get later on purpose because the cutscene is actually longer getting a key that's falling if it's the first key you ever get in the game. So we want to have our first key of the run be one in a chest because that dialogue happens anyway. But you don't get dialogue if you get that key second. It's like 5 seconds faster or so. And once again, there's not a lot happening until after D1, and then after D1 we start to see some stuff that you're not supposed to see, or you're not supposed to do, I should say.
Hey, you're not supposed to see it. Look away. Look away. Don't look away.
That's Rolling Bones. We're just kind of trapped in the corner and slash 8 times. Coming up is Moldorm.
Moldy sandwich.
Indeed. Moldy.
So, do y'all like hamburgers? I do. I'm hungry.
Yeah, the eyes especially really add to the flavor of the bun. The lettuce is also nice and multi-layered.
No, the eyes kind of look like weird olives.
Oh, they kind of do. Oh, okay, that's fine. So Moldorm in this version is not nearly as trolly as Moldorm in Link to the Past, or in DX for that matter. Especially Link to the Past. All right, we got a guitar.
A guitar?
A guitar.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Siege, for someone who produced music once upon a time, you really don't know your instruments.
Oh, you know what? You're right, actually. I think that's actually an acoustic bass. Sorry. Anyway.
I'm leaving.
Okay. Okay. So we got the full moon cello. We are going to do something weird now. So the way you typically enter Dungeon 2, we typically, all right, so as soon as we enter Mabe Village, we're gonna get the kids from the village frantically approaching us saying, Bow Wow has been captured, Bow Wow has been captured. We basically just kind of ignore them and go straight to Dungeon 2 anyway. We skip Bow Wow, but the way we do that is rather strange.
All right. Here's the short version of it. All right, look, we're gonna take a chicken with us. All right, we're gonna steal it from the village. We're gonna steal this chicken right here. It was in a very, very, very bad position.
We're gonna walk
We're gonna
right
take this
by
chicken.
the person who got Bow Wow stolen from them.
We're gonna steal this chicken, and we're gonna run through the forest with this chicken. This chicken is very, very important. Using a very specific visual cue.
What is
After Teach takes a couple of spears to the back. Using a very, very specific visual cue and lining up with a door and a shadow, we're going to essentially get eaten by a like. And we are going to get thrown on top of the trees.
Teach, it's too early.
Because there's collision on top of these trees for some reason.
There we go. So now we're up on the trees, which again, for some reason, have a collision.
Shoutouts to the chicken never making it home, by the way.
I'm very amused that Richard decided to make the moblins blocking you off in the forest a replay. They were just like, you came to the wrong neighborhood.
You know what? Just meme it up with the replays. It's fine.
Like seriously, they were just like, you came to the wrong neighborhood, mother clucker.
But I'm gonna need a copy of that clip as well, by the way. Please, thanks.
Okay, wait to go back and look at all these. It's like, wow, that was some gameplay right there.
That poor chicken.
We're
So
gonna have to powder
point,
that, unfortunately.
Yeah, at this point of the run, this is where the routes from any percent and then any percent no Hinox Warp differ, up until the mini boss here. So we're gonna actually fight the Hinox and continue on to grab the power bracelet. But we're not actually gonna finish this dungeon. We're gonna actually leave. We're gonna grab the power bracelet and we're just gonna get out of here because coming back with the boots saves, what is it, 8 seconds or so?
Coming back with the boots actually in this category saves like pretty much a full minute because of Genie Skip.
Yeah, if you do Genie Skip, but like I think what we had calculated just without Genie Skip, it was like what, 8 seconds or something?
Yeah. Yeah, it skips a particular underground section where you have to like stand on one of these platforms with a pot to weigh it down. However, we don't need to do that with boots. We can just jump across. But the bigger time save there is actually something called Genie Skip, which again we'll get into later.
Yeah.
But you do need boots for it though, so.
Why did the chicken cross the road? Because Teach just left it there like a heartless cat.
Why did the chicken cross the road? It's a trick question. There's no road.
Well, there's no chicken in the village now. Or could you?
Well,
That's also true.
At least not in front of Madame Mau Mau's hut. Gotta take the other chickens, leave them in the forest.
All right, so upon getting this power bracelet, we're gonna auto-load once again, and then we're gonna grab the rupees that are right at the start of the dungeon, and then leave. We have better things to do.
Never to come back. Wait a second.
It's like, oh, we have to go back.
You could say it was never to be seen again.
That's never happened before. Oh, wait.
Wrong show.
I'm sure you could incorporate every GDQ Hotfix show name into some sort of meaningful,
I mean, you're lucky.
meaningful saying here.
You're lucky that you didn't do 100% no restrictions LADX on the last show, because that would have been a mercy kill.
You know what? You're right.
I wonder what I have in the pantry to go get for a snack now.
Ice wants out. I don't blame him. Ice is bailing. All right, so we just bought a Tracy potion, by the way. So Tracy potion will revive me upon death. We actually take an intentional death later.
Wait. Tracy potion. Let's start. So the Tracy potion will revive you upon death, but not this death coming up. This death coming up is special.
Oh yeah, not this death.
Also, just to answer real quick, we haven't addressed it. The game is being played in German because unlike Japanese for LADX, where we hope for fewer characters in every text box because we can't instantly mash it, we can instantly mash the text in this game, so we play in German since it has the fewest total text boxes, and the screens between getting instruments is actually faster for some reason because they put everything on one screen instead of two.
Yeah, it's not even the language itself that makes it faster. It's just the formatting of like the translation. Oh yeah, so we're doing something called Villa Skip right now. So LADX has a Villa Skip. This game has a different way of doing Villa Skip. So we're gonna powder this pincer here,
which by the way has collision.
Again. So we get underneath it, jump slash it, so that it's up like near the tree, and then we can just walk up it and get onto the trees here. And that's a tight little jump to get across that gap there, and we can just walk on top of the bushes, which have way higher collision than it actually looks like they do, and get the key. So that actually skips a lot of stuff, mainly in Candlelit Castle.
How could you skip, Richard? That's horrible.
Excuse me, wait, run that by me again. Candlelit Castle? What is that?
Candlelit, yeah, Candlelit Castle.
Is that like,
or is it like Candlelit? I don't know.
Is that like the DLC that I never bought?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's DLC.
Gotcha.
Also, it's okay. Richard lives on in the form of doing meme replays of me. It's fine. All right, so yeah, that saves a lot of time. So now we're gonna enter Dungeon 3. Which I'm gonna try the faster way of doing Dungeon 3. It is pretty hard though, so I might fail it, but we'll see what happens. So there's a bomb float, which I guess we should probably talk about now. So you can get up onto walls in this game pretty easily, I guess, by doing specific things. And when Link is holding a bomb on those walls, you can actually float. Oops. Okay. Nice.
NPCs do still call you thief, just in German, which I think is Dieb?
Dieb, yes.
Yes.
I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's the only German word I pronounced today.
You might want to grab some of that.
Except for maybe Maskentempel. I'll do that one.
Also, Link's Awakening is not on Steam. It is only on Switch. TGH is doing desktop capture and has not disabled Steam pop-ups.
Oh, did I not exit Steam? Okay, I can exit Steam after this dungeon.
Please grab a heart. Don't lose your Tracy potion.
So the optimal route here actually skips every key in here.
Please grab a heart.
Fine. Oh yeah, actually all 3 hearts there. I don't know how I got all 3 hearts there. All right, so I'm gonna set myself up here. I'm gonna get on this wall and get over onto the fence on the other side. Hopefully that works. It didn't work. That should work. There we go.
Link believes he can fly. He thinks that he can touch the sky.
Glide over here. Glide over here. Shh, don't talk to someone suspect.
All he wanted was some chicken wings, but he left it in the forest.
All right, so now we have the boots. Now that we have the boots, we can move slightly faster. Do not forget the nightmare key. Totally haven't done that.
No, never.
So again, the optimal route here involves doing a very special and very tight bomb jump across a gap here. But first I need to enter this room, come back so that these gels spawn, so that I can kill them so they won't get in the way. So the idea is to jump over to the right side of this room, but we need the help of a bomb to do that. So let's see if we can pull this off here. So we do this part as normal, and then we use the same bomb to throw over and use as a boost. Nope, I was early. Okay, so I'm gonna go grab a key right here. Yeah, honestly, that's a hard trick to get.
Yeah. Damage boosting
we'll
with
just...
bombs is not what you'd expect it to be in this game.
Yeah, and I was just a little bit, I think I was actually a little bit late on the jump. I paused a little early, tried to compensate.
Might want to grab a safety bomb or some.
Yeah, I'll get one. I'll get one after the dungeon.
Okay,
I should be fine with just one bomb here.
The pitter patter is great.
All right, so we do this one more time. So we do this just as we did the first time. Whoa. Cross there. That was a little sketchy. Okay.
I was about to be like, we're gonna improv routing this game too?
Look, no matter what happens in this run, it's not gonna be as bad as the last one, so I consider it a victory either way. Just saying.
We do have a request, Teach, from chat to drown at least once in D4.
We'll do. Might have to remind me, but we'll do. The drowning sound is great.
It's my favorite sound effect, honestly.
All right, so here's Slime Eye. Slime Eye is a boss. That's it. That's the whole statement. So you hit one of the eyes 4 times. You dash through the middle. 2 slashes and a dash. Will do, and then so getting hit right there actually saves a little bit of time. It saves the time it takes to jump up in the air, basically. Okay, so no Hinox Warp. This category, like with the new tricks that are found, one of the tricks that we do actually completely skips a bomb pickup in Dungeon 6 that we usually get. So because of that, bomb routing is extremely tight in this run. So we need to come back into Dungeon 3 and get some extra bombs. In fact, get a lot of extra bombs. So I want to leave Dungeon 3 here with 6 bombs. We need to come back in anyway to get rupees. So we might as well get some bombs here while we're here. But yeah, if I didn't grab any extras in Dungeon 3, I would have 0 bombs to spare. Absolutely 0. So this is really important. So there's that. Now we come back up. And there's a 300 rupee chest up here that we need to get for the Frog Song of Soul later, which costs 300 rupees. So we gotta come around like this. Kill those Stalthoses.
You need to disable Steam. I completely forgot to remind you.
Oh, okay, yeah, I hang on.
Woohoo.
Oh, my taskbar actually doesn't even pop up on my other monitor. I might need to actually, like, stop playing for a second to do it.
Don't worry about it then. We're just gonna, deceive everyone into believing this is on Steam. It's totally fine. Everything's under control.
It's fine.
Wait, y'all don't have this game on Steam?
Yeah, this game's for the Nintendo Steam.
Nintendo
system.
Steam.
All right, so next order of business is to get the ocarina, because we actually need the ocarina in this run. So I'm cursed, by the way. I almost always get either an acorn or a piece of power drop in here. which are completely kill count based. So it's not actually luck, but it feels like I get unlucky every single time. And okay, we avoided it. Nice.
This is on Steam.
Guardian Acorn skip.
I'm sorry for misleading you. It's not.
When are the mods? Give me a randomizer.
Actually, during this cutscene, I can do something. I can disable Steam. Alright, so now we're gonna learn.
Also, please, everybody, please rise for the LAS national anthem.
Steam Tendo.
Cannot find the. No, that's not it.
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
I'm trying.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Yeah, the way I have my setup makes it really hard to like do anything on my other monitor. So, it's okay. All right, so
Y'all like foxes?
if you do, then please look away.
Yeah,
Teach doesn't. Teach doesn't. I mean, look at him. He's throwing rocks at the fox. Oh my goodness.
So, can I tell a story while we lead this fox to a specific place? Because we need this fox to do a skip.
Ooh. Is it what I think it is?
It might. No, it's not. It's absolutely not. It is not blue spheres. Don't try to say otherwise. I'm gonna fight you.
So, all right.
It can be blue spheres though.
But
Chat. Listen closely. If you've played Sonic 3 and you've done the special stage Blue Spheres, listen to the fox's sound effects.
I'm gonna talk
sounds...
over it. So we featured this game at at PAX East 2020. TGH did I believe the any% run for that game, or for this game, for a small GDQ stage, like that was like kind of one of the lobbies in the PAX convention center. Now, Railcoon, who is another wonderful tech here, loves foxes, is the international fox poster of GDQ, if you will, and was wearing a fox shirt and was very, very upset that we had, at the time, two instances of abusing this fox to be able to do this skip, or do two different skips. There we go, and you got it.
Yeah, so this is known as Angler Key Skip, actually. So that's why we needed the Tracy Potion. So what we did there was we actually had the fox, since the fox actually moves, it continues to move. Whoops. Also, we're doing something weird here as well. Basically, after Link dies, the fox continues to move. That's like the property that makes that skip possible. There we go. We're up here now. That was actually pretty good.
Yeah,
that was actually pretty quick. Yeah, nice.
The fox does push Link up with his collision, despite the fact that Link is dead. And we don't know why that keyhole also has collision quite that high, but hey,
we don't know why
works.
A lot of things. Sorry.
I'm telling you, Grezzo knew what kind of stuff they were putting in this game. They just were like, you know what? Push it through production. Go.
I mean...
Don't forget to drown, by the way.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, Tracy's Potion is for the Angler Key Skip there.
There's
nice,
a free
we got
one.
it twice.
There's a free one. 2 for the price of 1.
Yeah, so if anyone saw the 100% no restrictions run a little bit earlier, that game can be broken in its own special way, and so can this one. In fact, it is almost a shame that we're not showing what a Hinox Warp is. Actually, after this run, would you mind showing off what a Hinox Warp is?
I can do that, yeah, for sure. Try it.
Perfect.
I haven't done one in a while.
Did I kiss the Link drowning? I'd ask permission first. Because I think that'd be really hard, considering there's a lot of water involved.
There's a lot of blah, 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 blah involved.
I am actually going to grab the extra bombs here just to be safe. This bomb routing is that tight. Okay. So we're going to learn Mambo's Mambo here.
Which is also a very good song.
Oh, I've already heard it once today. Now I get to hear it again, except this time with a, you know,
Haunter,
more
this game is
player.
Haunter, this game is absolutely worth $40. In fact, it's honestly worth $60.
Especially if you haven't played the originals, because it is very faithful to the originals. So if you have played them, not a whole lot is new here. But if you are interested in picking it up as a speed game, it is definitely worth.
Yeah, it's super faithful to the original. Like, it's honestly, like, it's not quite to the point where, like, I would say play it instead of the original. Like, definitely play the original and then play this to get the full effect from it, I would say.
Yeah, there's a lot of quality of life in this version in particular, especially with menuing and items. Certain items becoming passive rather than equipables is really nice, like boots and shield and stuff like that.
Ooh, that was close. Pig really wanted me there.
So coming up in D5, we have a very, very interesting glitch. The glitch doesn't have a name. It does, but we don't call it by the name. In fact, the name of the glitch is just the sound you make when you whistle.
I like rocket
You'll
shot.
Ah.
Yeah, it has a lot of different names, like rocket shot, slime eel skip. By the way, it does skip slime eel. But yeah, we'll get to that when we come to it. Please.
I prefer the. Nice Helmosaur, by the way.
Yeah, it was great. At 1 and 4 twice. Nice. Yeah, it's gonna get boy. All right, so from here, the idea is to fight Master Stalfos.
Papyrus.
Master Stalfos
Papyrus.
4 times.
Just saying.
And then the 4th time we're gonna do something special.
How many times do you fight Papyrus in Undertale?
I'd like you to cease right now. I'd like you to cease.
How many times do you fight Papyrus?
Cease and desist.
And Pacifist? 4? Is that right? How many times do you fight this boss in this dungeon? 4?
I would like this to end now.
I see a connection, and I can't.
Hey Google, mute Ice Blue.
No.
It's okay. Google didn't understand. Anyway, it's fine. It said it again.
You can't. Did not understand.
You probably can't hear our Google.
We have a Google Home. For those of you who do not know, TGH and I do live together.
Yeah.
So Google really can't understand what's
It is going
on.
off.
Oh, that's what you get for trying to tell it to mute me.
It's very adamant at telling us that it did not understand what we said.
Peace was in fact never an option.
Also, sorry for activating anyone's Google Home. Just now.
Google's still trying to find this game on Steam.
Okay, so here's fight number 3. So basically, it's just place a bomb slash place a bomb slash. So there's nothing particularly exciting going on here. However, the 4th fight is where it's going to get interesting, and I'm going to safety save right here, just to.
If you've ever watched like Rocko's Modern Life, you know, turn the page, wash your hands, turn the page, wash your hands. It's essentially the same concept. Place a bomb, slash your sword.
Yep.
So the safety save is actually pretty important for like a marathon setting, because if he fails to skip, he has to go through, grab the nightmare key, and he has to fight Slimiel, which we're attempting to forget.
Yeah, we're
he
not
also has to auto load and run all the way back to Papyrus 4 in order to pick up the hook shot, because you're about to see what's going to happen to this hook shot.
Okay, so the idea is to trap him in this corner here, and sort of be like up against him when he dies. And when that happens, the hook shot's actually gonna spawn and land on my head. I'm gonna place a bomb, the hook shot's gonna pop up, and then that's when the magic happens.
And there was the.
And now we're on the wall, and now we are getting the instrument. That's Dungeon 5.
Yeah, that was Dungeon 5.
So yeah,
but unfortunately, it's not over. We do have to re-enter and grab the hook shot.
Yeah, which is fine. It still saves 2 minutes. Yeah, that's totally fine. Okay. So yeah, we do need to come back and get the hook shot, and then we're gonna go do D6. Nice piece of power.
I'm laughing now because like I'm seeing chats like
Delayed reaction because
delayed reaction
we're
on it,
gonna
and everybody's
have-
like
like what just happened?
Dungeon 5 happened.
I mean, isn't that the way you played it?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I remember it. We've done hook shot, 2 players, 1 Joy-Con each. It took a long time, but we did it.
Yeah, we also did. What else did we do? We did Villa Skip. We did Villa Skip 2P1C with Joy-Cons. That was a
nightmare too.
That was a treat, and by treat I mean.
Would you call it a nightmare key?
A nightmare.
Like
I don't get it.
I'm about to eject Ice from this call for that joke.
I don't get it.
You never did.
True. You got that right. All right, so we are headed to the southern face shrine first because we need to go get the key, the face key. And while I'm doing this, there's some purposeful damage for a reason. So I took damage there on purpose to prevent an acorn from spawning. I mentioned earlier briefly that they were kill count based. So acorns happen, I believe, every
14.
It's some number. I always get LAS and DX mixed up, but it's every certain number of kills. I think it's 15. So figure every 15 kills without taking damage, an acorn will spawn. So you take damage to keep it from spawning. It can be really annoying. Piece of power can still happen, but at least piece of power, like, you know, doesn't outright lose you time. It does make this fight harder.
Why is Hinox Warp banned? That's because this category. We decided to create a category that just completely bans Hinox Warps.
Yeah, like Hinox Warp is different enough of a glitch from everything else that we do in this game to warrant a ban. And frankly, the glitch just, like, it's a really cool glitch to showcase, but when you're grinding, it kind of sucks. But yeah.
Yeah, the community wanted to define a category that was Still very interesting, like not quite as dry as Glitchless, which Glitchless is still good in its own right because it's all movement based.
Yeah.
And is a great starting point for learning the run. But any percent with Hinox Warps is very, 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 very frustrating because one of the 3 Hinox Warps in the run is entirely up to RNG. There are setups for the other 2, and they are relatively consistent as long as you do everything the same way. But the one of those 2 is a 3-frame window, and then the RNG one is just hot garbage.
Yeah, the one in like at a high level, the one in Dungeon 7 that we do is frame perfect, and if you miss it, you lose at least a minute. So, yeah.
And then the one in Dungeon 2 is it's a 33% chance of as long as you do the setup, it's you'll get it every time. But if you it's a 33% chance for the Hinox to throw you in the right direction.
Yeah, so like you could be here. Like I think Mini Raton the other day was saying that like they spent like 4 hours trying to get a run going, and wow, what? Trying to get a run going in Dungeon 2. Also, this is unfortunate. I've never been hit by that bubble before. That was weird.
Yeah, a whole minute essentially because you have to you essentially have to auto load your file and redo the glitch, or you can land into the boss fight. Whereas like if you get the frame perfect input, it lands you right in the instrument room.
Yeah, that last thing that was said in chat, I don't need to imagine that. I've had that happen. I've had that happen dozens of times. It's not very fun.
Yeah, you've lost runs to Death Eye at the very, very end for that matter.
So coming up here, we do have the floaty bomb trick again in this dungeon.
Yeah, so I'm actually gonna get this this key first. So I'm gonna do the no Hinox Warp exclusive way of doing this, which saves a bomb, even though I don't really need to save a bomb right now. But I like this way better. So we're gonna come back, and we're gonna get on this wall here.
You're doing Dodongo skip, nice.
Yeah. So hopefully we can pull this off. So there's a point here where I can actually stand on the wall, like still, like that. There we go. There we go. That's actually really nice.
That was pretty quick.
No need to hit the switch. In any percent, you'd hit that switch and go get the medicine. Because the D7 Hinox Warp actually requires you to get medicine.
Hypothetically, if everything with Hinox Warp worked, is that version of the run faster? Yes. Right now, record is, I think it's like an hour 5. And then,
yeah, that's right.
And then no Hinox Warp is it sub
116.51.
116.51,
okay,
yes.
Yeah, I haven't looked at that board in a while. I'm a good mod.
Yeah, just to like give a little bit of information, like any percent glitchless is a 139.56. That world record happened literally yesterday. No Hinox Warp, which is this category, has a world record of 116.51. And then any percent has a 1 hour, 5 minute, and 57 world record, just to show like the difference between having all of the glitches accessible, most of the glitches, and none of the glitches. And if you're curious about what 100% it looks like, it's a little over 3 hours at 3:13:22.
All right, I better hear it.
All right, I have to make the sound. Give me a sec. There we go. I have to. So this is Facade. Facade is the floor, essentially. The floor boss. So what we do is we actually just fire bomb arrows at the tiles that fly at us, which is just a little faster. In fact, it's a lot faster than just planting bombs. There's a lot of reaction to RNG on this fight, which is... Oh. I can damage boost if I want to. That was not what I wanted. Oh my god. Oh, wow. Okay.
Excuse me?
I meant to do that.
That hit. Wait, excuse me? That hit?
Yeah. Why wouldn't it?
Interesting. Interesting. Okay.
Why'd the heart spawn there? I don't know. I don't know what's happening. Everything's fine. Everything's going as intended. So we have the coral triangle. This is our 6th. Well, actually, it's the 5th instrument it's the 4th instrument we've gotten in Dungeon 6 because we have not completed Dungeon 2 or Dungeon 4. By the way, did we mention why we split Dungeon 4?
No, but we can.
It's to avoid the ghost side quest. So the ghost side quest happens after Dungeon 4. The flag for it is having the D4 instrument. So if you get D4 last, or rather, we don't get it last.
Shout outs to Kiki the monkey, by the way.
Yeah, up in the left-hand corner.
Do you want to tell the chat how long you lose if you have the ghost cutscene?
At least 16 years.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, it's a very long time. You don't want to do that.
So yeah,
trust me when I say
make sure you don't do that side quest. It's very slow.
Yeah. Trust me when I say skipping it or splitting D4 is faster. All right, so
I did the ghost side quest once. Missed my entire daughter's graduation.
That sucks.
That's an impressive time loss.
All right, so welcome to the Frog Song signpost maze, where you don't want to read the wrong sign. Because if you do, you have to start the whole thing over again. Excuse me. Whoops. I've read that sign to my left right there so many times, like instead of the one that I'm supposed to read. And by so many times, I mean, well, just a few times. All right, there we go. So we get to hear this song again.
But this time it's not as glitchy.
Also, funny enough, okay, so you might recognize this this particular character. This is Wart from Super Mario Bros. 2, the final boss of Super Mario 2. He's in this game too, but a fun little fact about this this character. So he's named Wart in the English version. In the Japanese version of that game, he's named Mamu. So in this game, in the English version, he's named Mamu, but in the German translation, they just didn't care and named him Wart. Yeah, Wart only exists in dreams. Poor guy. So now we're gonna head over to Awaken the Rooster. By the way, we can perform necromancy now. I don't think I mentioned that, but yeah, the Frog Song of Soul allows you to awaken things from the dead. Which we're gonna do. Hey, what's up, Mary? We're going to awaken the rooster right now, and we're gonna use this rooster to do wonderful things.
Okay, so y'all thought the game was broken before, right? Wait till you see the rooster. Just saying. This rooster's gonna bring your thoughts of this game to a new height.
Literally,
quite literally,
actually. Yeah.
Quite literally a new height.
All right, so let me start by saying we do not go by the traditional dungeon order. Until now, we've actually entered every dungeon in order, but that's about to change. So the next dungeon we're going to start and finish is Dungeon 8. We're going to do so via slightly unconventional means.
This is intended.
Sure.
So there's a second ladder here, by the way. You just can't see it.
Yeah. So now we're at Dungeon 8, in opening Dungeon 8. So that is known as Flame Cave Skip. There's an invisible piece of collision. In fact, there's collision like going
Everywhere.
pretty much all the way up there.
The entire
I
game is a
landed
piece of collision.
Yeah, I landed on a part of it and kind of scooted my way over. That's fine. I didn't need that bomb. This acorn is kind of creepy though. Yeah, okay. I knew that was gonna happen. Whatever.
You were 10 yards away from it. It's like,
Yeah,
that's
that's
the acorn.
that's the thing.
So essentially, it with the chicken, it confuses the game into thinking that Link is on flat ground all the way at the bottom. So it tells the game, hey, Link needs to climb up this ladder. But we're at the top of the ladder. So it places a second ladder right above the first ladder, and crazy stuff happens.
Charge, please. Okay. All right then. Vire, what are you? Thank you. I have no idea.
He was
Whatever.
vibing. What are you doing?
It was Vire-bing. Sorry. My bad.
I don't think the Vire was sorry, honestly.
Oh, whoops. Okay. So, we kill that Vire the first time in because it actually saves a menu. Because you can equip powder for free, along with the feather while killing the turtle head outside. So we might as well save that menu, or might as well kill
Yeah.
Vire on the way in because the doors actually all stay open.
Yeah, that's
throughout
a
the
big
rest of the dungeon.
change. It's a big change from the original to this one, is that whenever you open a door, like via, like, say, floor tiles or killing that Vire, the door actually stays open for the rest of the, the playthrough.
Also, there's a cool little menu optimization I'm going to do here to save a menu. So if I fire an arrow and then immediately equip a bomb over the same button and then use the bomb, you can use a bomb arrow that way. Oh, that's the wrong direction. Alright, whatever. It's okay, I have bombs and arrows to spare here. Luckily. I'm really glad I grabbed those bombs in D4.
Teach, you've done confused chat again. They think that it's
Oh, again?
it's on Steam.
Wait, this game's not on Steam?
Is that what you're playing it on?
Yeah.
I mean, the stream says Switch. I don't know what you're talking about, unless I've been misled. Which is kind of hard considering you're like 10 feet away from me.
My apologies for this. I almost said the Switch notifications. In fact, I did. I did say the Switch notifications. My apologies for the Steam notifications. I did not exit Steam before starting. It's a little early. All right, so we want Blano here, which is this boxing penguin. We want Blano to do a specific wind-up punch here. So I'm just gonna stand here and kind of wait until he does, and then Stunlock.
First try.
I actually missed one there. It was strange. Ice,
Now you-
please.
Now you can say shout outs to the Switch notifications.
Ice, please. Put that thing away.
Wasn't me.
It's actually a pretty good room. All right, so this mini boss is actually really hard. All right, neat. Okay, so
That was
yeah.
very close.
Just stand there and hold L for boots, and then steer into him slightly. But yeah, the idea is to not move towards that Hinox while trying to kill it, or else it will throw a bomb at you and disrupt that that strat. So, but yeah, that kill is super quick.
I enjoy the fact that you just ram into him repeatedly. The Hinox.
I mean, he deserves it for ruining my 90% runs.
Can relate very, very.
I'm gonna show you what you can do with that Hinox after this run. So this is the no Hinox Warp category, where you cannot use the Hinox for unintended purposes.
Don't do it. I'll deny your run.
But I mean, no, I meant like after the run's over. You think this is gonna PB? Nice joke.
Yes.
Good
Come
joke.
on.
Good joke.
You're like totally like. Actually, I mean, your skips were very, very good, honestly.
D3 was not good. D3 was probably killed any chance of it. But my other skips have been decent. Haven't really made any huge mistakes otherwise. This run's certainly going better than the whatever the hell happened an hour ago.
Minus the sweet
You mean the fever dream
soundtrack.
I do miss Skrillex. Okay.
Excuse me. I am a very, very supportive mod, except for Teach.
Yeah, I was about to say. So we've gotten the Nightmare Key. We've gotten the Magic Rod, and now we're going to use both of those things, excuse me, to access Hothead. And hopefully kill Hothead.
I'm gonna openly admit that the ice puzzles confuse me more often than they should. I know how to do them now.
I don't know how to do that last stream I did casually. I have no idea.
Wait, no.
I will fully admit.
The first ice puzzle or the second one?
The second one.
I thought that was the casual answer.
I don't know. Hothead is awful, by the way. In fact, I need to be careful not to die here. Oh. This is one of the worst Hothead fights I've actually ever had, I think. I'm gonna grab the heart container. I have one heart.
I was about to say, you take one hit from a meatball, you're gone.
Yeah. Trust me, you'll know what he's talking about in a minute. Oh no, okay, so in the last underground section, the first screen where I like shot down into the corner and hit the ice block like from where I wasn't supposed to. I don't know how to do that room casually.
Neither do I.
I will fully admit I do not know how to do that room casually. I feel no shame in admitting that. Okay. So this route is also very unintended. So you're not supposed to be able to traverse Telltale Heights from west to east. However, with this particular trick right here, you use the rooster to get on these rocks from the corner of that ledge. What's up?
Bonk into the rock, or the egg.
Oh, sure. Yeah, so it's a good thing I grabbed that heart container.
Yes.
All right, so you can actually get on this mountain and listen to what happens when you... Oh, whoops. Listen to what happens when you bonk the egg here. Oh, I missed it. Well, what was supposed to... I don't know how I missed the egg. How do you miss something that big? Anyway. So what's supposed to happen is, like... You notice how the music stopped, right? If you bonk that egg by accident, the music just stops, and it feels like the game is going, whoa, did you really just bonk on the egg? Did you really just hit that?
By the way, we never explained to everybody about why we just kind of just clipped through the world.
Because there was a hole there.
So
Obviously.
to go back on topic with the fact that the game thinks you're on flat ground. So since we're not on flat ground, the game is trying to put Link on flat ground. So essentially, it basically just allows us to clip right through any kind of collision, land, everything. And yeah, we're able to just kind of clip through and walk through the planet.
Yep. So okay, I'm gonna try a tight little jump from right there to make it across, and I didn't quite make it. That jump is weirdly difficult. Hey, Rooster, you can do it. Okay, there we go. But yeah, if you're late, that happens, and you fall through the floor and lose a second, but it's fine.
See, Time Shifter, it's not the world. The world surface is not just merely a suggestion; it's a dream. Spoiler alert.
Nothing is solid.
Spoiler alert.
Nothing is solid. All right, so now we've unlocked Dungeon 7, and unlike any percent, we're actually going to do this somewhat the intended way, with some added bonuses.
Thankfully.
If I got better RNG there from the anti-fair, I could have dashed through both likes with one dash, which looks really cool. All right, so this glitch I'm about to try saves 2 seconds.
I haven't seen this glitch in 84 years.
Oh, I missed it. well, it's gonna have to wait. Here, we'll try it again. I think I can do it from here. There we go. Okay, so
nice.
that's called ball jump. It did not save me 2 seconds that time, but it typically does. So yeah, ordinarily you have to either leave the room and come back in, or just do it the intended way by pulling the lever. I think Glitchless actually leaves the room and comes back in. All right, so we're gonna leave that ball there.
To answer a question, iSwitch, we've been searching for a way to enter the egg since the game launched, and we have been very, very unsuccessful.
Yeah, we're like 99.9% sure that the loading zone does not exist before you get all the instruments and play the song, which is very unfortunate because we definitely would be able to access it if there was a loading zone.
Yeah, we've currently we've been looking for 2 major glitches here. We're looking for early egg, and we're also looking for early rooster.
Early rooster. All right, so I'm about to do a glitch called Cannonball as well, which is going to allow me to get over the fence on this side. So you can actually get inside the ball by doing some transition trickery. We're all about the alliteration. So by throwing this ball against the wall, coming back in, placing a bomb, I can stay inside the ball here, avoid that bomb, and then, oh, that's weird. I need to do one more. I'm gonna do one more just in case, because I'm not sure. We should be fine after one more though. There we go. Okay. So ideally that would have taken me less bombs to get to work, but that's also fine.
I love how Link's arms just become Stretch Armstrong and just reach through an entire fence.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, hey, it's Sans.
Yeah, Sans with the sick Megalovania remix there. Summons the bats, of course, from another timeline.
just like the attack, right?
Yeah. Just like in that other game.
Talking about Earthbound?
Yeah. So that mini boss, as long as you kill all the bats, without one of them getting away, the fight just ends. We'll be seeing him later. First, we do need to knock down the last pillar. Oh, that's really trolly. Was really hoping that, like, you know, that one on the right would stay put, or they would both stay put, but not quite. Also, that was the other Hinox. I guess say hi, say bye. That's the last Hinox we'll see in the run. Well, until after the run, I'll showcase what Hinox Warp looks like.
Do you have profiles on your Switch that lets you show all three of them, or nah?
I don't, but I can very easily get to one.
Okay.
I think D2 would be the only one that would take the longest.
Yeah, I think D8, like, I mean, I can...
You can easily go from D8 to D7, but I think D2 is, like, unless you have a profile for that one, I don't think you can show it.
I think D8's going to be the one I show off, pretty sure, just to show what it is. But, God, yeah, you're kind of right, actually. I don't really have a profile that gets to D8. Excuse me, like, immediately. But I can figure something.
The only reason why I, like, sort of want to see D7 shown is just because what getting the wrong frame gets when you end up in this room.
Oh, I see. I really don't want to use any more arrows. Arrows are very useful in this fight, of course. Arrows are very... Wow. Please? Give me a hittable attack. There we go. This is not a good fight. Oh my goodness. Come on. Very uncooperative. So yeah, there are a couple of attacks where, like, especially if you want to save your arrows, there are a couple of attacks where you just can't hit them. Just is unhittable. But in the case where he comes in the corner and starts, like, flapping at you, you can just like leave a little bit and come back, and it'll reset the cycle. Yeah, that RNG was let's just say it put the BS in MBS. Okay, so we're gonna make our way to the second half of Dungeon 4 now.
Shaving off at least 16 years.
But yeah, so, like, Alright, so the flag for having the ghost side quest actually appear is completing Dungeon 4, and it will still happen if you go south of a certain point on the map at this point. But because we just go straight from D4 to Dungeon 2, or D4 to D2, sorry, inconsistency, from D4 to D2, we never actually go south of that point. That point is, like, right about where the, what we call the Heart Piece of Shame is. Even though we never actually really see that heart piece in this run.
It's shameful to see it.
I suppose. I think you see it in Glitchless. Where am I going? Not the right way.
LADX mindset. You're trying to do the clip.
Yeah. All right, so yeah, that's the exploit I was talking about earlier. We can just blow up the pots and you can jump across. There's another way to do that, which is slightly flashier, but that was also fine. Blubber, blubber, blub, 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 butter, blub, blubber, blubber. Piranha Killer. I totally forgot to coordinate that. Sorry.
It's okay. Butter, at one point, when I first heard Futter in a marathon, I was losing it.
No, we don't fight Undyne. Sorry. Undyne's too awesome.
Wow, that fish was... This fish could not have come out like at a more perfect time than it did.
Why is it called the heart piece of shame? Because picking it up is shameful.
Yeah, so in it's mainly a thing in LADX actually. In LADX, you go right by that heart piece. Like you jump over it twice in the run, and if you pick it up by accident, which is kind of easy to do actually, if you pick it up by accident, it loses like 4 seconds. So there's the
Neptune harp.
Neptune harp? Yeah, so here's a fun fact for you. We get the Poseidon organ, or as the German translators actually gave a name to it. The Poseidon organ, excuse me. Thank you. In Dungeon 7, followed by the Neptune harp in Dungeon 4. Poseidon and Neptune are the same god, except one's Greek and one's Roman.
And now we're going to make our way back over to D2. We have some unfinished business to handle here.
Yeah, so let's, I'll try to explain Genie Skip before we actually get there. So Genie Skip is another very strange glitch that you need boots to actually do. So the object is to have Genie charge at us and push us out of the room to the south. And when that happens, you can re-enter the room and Genie just won't fight you again.
Also, if you ever plan on running this game, if you don't do what Teach just did there with the dash slash down, I deny your runs. Just letting you know.
This Keys needs to... What is... Hello? This is ridiculous. There we go. Okay. Wow. I refuse to believe that just happened. So, yeah, that room you have to kill the Pole's Voice first, and then the Keys, and then the Stalfos, and the Keys didn't care, apparently. Actually, I want to get this fairy. Because we're going to be damage boosting on the boss, and if I did not take that health, that would have been pretty tight on health. Alright, so this is actually pretty tight. The jump to get this, like basically I'm just going to be jumping over the pot as it's charging at me while I'm up against the door. The pot is going to push me into the door, and then I'm going to charge boots. And I'm going to get pushed outside the door. However, the jump is really tight. The jump is either a 2 or a 3 frame window. Like, even slowing down footage, I can't really tell what the window is. Let's see if we can get it. Yep, we got it. Nice. There it is. And then we re-enter, and the Genie's just like, oh, I don't want to fight you anymore.
So the game has no idea what to do when you exit a boss room. So instead of respawning the boss and putting the boss through the same animation, the game is just like,
yeah,
go on ahead.
Yeah, what's really strange, though, is if you leave... Oh, excuse me. If you go down the stairs and come back up, it reinitiates the fight. Like, if you re-enter the room, so...
Yeah, I guess it has something to do with, like, loading the zone itself.
Probably. Yeah, it's something strange. Okay, so now the only thing left to do is the final boss. And opening the egg. But I hope you all have enjoyed this run. And the DX run as well.
Also,
they're both very fun runs.
Chat, if for the second time tonight for this run, y'all would please rise for the national anthem of Link's Awakening.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure being here. Thank you for having me on, Amber, and thanks for commentating, Ice.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for asking me.
It is my pleasure to have you on board, and I'm really glad that I got to get you to show off 2 different versions and 2 different categories of Link's Awakening that haven't been on the main stage. I know some people were like, at the very beginning, it's like, well, it doesn't make sense if MBS does like never before seen categories rather than just games entirely. And as a reminder, everyone, that is what this show does. We typically do games, but every once in a while, I think it's really nice to revisit games that have been on the main stage with categories that have not, because a category can change a run completely. And I think that's really cool to acknowledge in speedrunning too. There's more than one way to run a game.
All right, so the egg path, I already know what the egg path is going to be. It's going to be right up, left up, 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 up.
Oh, is it Rulu? I put Luru.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, you were wrong. Damn it.
Just like you're wrong about Dungeon 5. So both of us made mistakes. It's fine.
What, about Papyrus?
Ooh, he said it. He said it. He said the word.
That's not fair. You can't do that. You can't do that.
He said the word. Somebody clip that.
Nobody clipped that.
Just clip the word. Just clip Tej saying Papyrus. That's all I need.
There we go. So there's the end. All right, so 6 phases of this final boss. We have the Blob phase, the Aghanim phase, the Moldorm phase, the Ganon phase, the Landmola phase, and the Death Eye phase. So the Blob phase, you just sprinkle powder on 3 times. Aghanim works not quite the same way in this game as he does as DX. Aghanim will give me 1 guaranteed ball, 1 guaranteed reflectable ball, and from then on it's 50-50. However, he cannot give you more than 3 in a row of the same ball. So, yeah, the RNG works a little bit different.
Question in chat: how do you know the way to go? Essentially, what we do at the very beginning of the run is we have we have a manipulated save file that gets the same egg path every time.
This is not great luck so far. Okay, so that's 3 blue balls in a row. So I know that this turn he's gonna give me a reflectable one. There we go. That's 2. Yo, are we gonna get 9? 9's the maximum. 5? Okay, no, it's dead. Well, there's 6. 7. This is fantastic. The best RNG I've ever seen in my life. 8 blue balls. That is incredible.
You've been maxed out before, right?
Yep, I've had 9 before. It's fun.
Quality boss fight there. Quality boss fight, by the way.
Didn't work. Okay. All right, listen, Mole, you need to calm down. There we go. Okay. So that's not the way that was supposed to go, but it's fine. All right, here's a cannon.
There was a cannon.
All right. That went a little bit closer to how I wanted to go. And Landmola is 4 spin slashes instead of just 1 in LADX. And now we have the Death Eye fight. So typically you get 2 hits per cycle on Death Eye opening up. However, we can actually do something specific to get triples, and I missed that one. Hopefully get it next time. There we go. There's a triple. Nope. Okay, I better not try it again.
I mean, you have the magic rod, so.
Oh, I do, right. That is correct, but that's the last hit. And that's the run.
GG.
Last thing to do is just climb up the stairs, and the run ends once the screen fades all the way to black. And that's time.
GG's.
That was like a 1:20:03 on my end, I think.
That
Or
is
so.
probably correct.
Yeah, just about. But yeah, these are okay. So I hope this, even though like the nature of the categories are pretty different, um, I hope this, served as a sort of demonstration, as to how different these games are as speed games, despite being the same exact game, just remade and not remade. But yeah, I hope it was fun regardless. I hope y'all enjoyed yourselves. And thank you once again to GDQ and to Amber for having us on. And it's been a pleasure. Thanks very much.
It is absolutely my pleasure. So, we still have another order of business. I asked if you could show what a Hinox Warp is, because we've been talking about how it's a terrible thing, yada, yada, yada.
Do you want me to skip the ending?
Run.
Sorry, do you want me to skip the ending?
I mean, does anyone else want to see the island disintegrate into nothingness? Go ahead. Skip it.
Okay. The ending, you can look up the ending on YouTube if you want to see it. But,
Chat, I just have one question for you. Do you like yeets? Because we're about to, some crazy stuff is about to happen, and Link's gonna get yeeted across the dungeon.
Okay, so I have a save at dungeon 6, so I have to go get the frog song. And I'd have to awaken the rooster to get to D8. I hope that's not a big deal, but it shouldn't take that long. We get to listen to the frog song again.
You've got time.
Okay. We get to listen to the frog song again. I actually talked over it. I talked over frog song in the run, so we get to listen to it uninterrupted this time. I have the L2 bracelet, so...
So, we're back at the maze. Hope y'all enjoyed the maze 1. This is now maze 2.
The all-important maze 2. Nice rupee. But yeah, like I'm not kidding when I say like these two games are just like they could not be more different as speed games, like feeling wise. Even though again they are pretty much exactly the same game casually.
I'll tell you, I started running the Switch version before running LADX, and going from the Switch version to LADX, despite the obvious, nice rock grab, despite the obvious, controller difference, but like the entire run was just completely different.
Yeah, and I was the opposite. I started with DX and then started running LAS as soon as it came out, and the transition there is equally as jarring. And then coming back, so I actually like ran LAS and then came back to LADX after 3 years of not running it. And that was even more jarring.
So while I won't talk through the frog song, hold on.
Banger.
So while we're on our way to Dungeon 8, can both of you tell the lovely people where they can find you?
Sure. So I'm TGH. My Twitch name is TGH_SR. The SR does not stand for senior.
Or song request.
Or song request. But yeah, I do both these runs on my main channel. So if you like Zelda, especially classic Zelda, check it out. Come hang out. We have a great community, and yeah, we like to chill. So
I'm also there too.
Yeah, Ice also runs a bunch of classic Zelda. Yeah, go ahead.
I was more or less talking about I was in your chat, but okay.
Oh, I know. Well, you should tell them about where they can find you too.
Sure. I also run quite a few Zelda games. I'm actually running probably my least favorite Zelda game right now, Zelda 1. I also do Zelda 2, Link to the Past, and Link's Awakening Switch. But yeah, if you like those, those runs, that kind of content, my channel also does that as well, and I actually have a pretty nice community too.
Yeah, Ice has a very chill community, and he's also very good at what he does. So it is. What have you got to lose?
Exactly. So I also will go ahead and do our announcements since we are pretty close to the end of the stream. First and foremost, if you want more information on any and all of our hotfix shows, that is available at gamesdonedquick.com/hotfix, and from there you can find out more information about submitting your runs to any of our weekly shows. And also, as a reminder to everyone who is here, SGDQ 2021 online is July 4th to the 11th. Prize submissions are now open, so if you want to submit some prizes, go to gamesdonequick.com to find out how you can do that for the event. Frame Fatales as well. The all-woman speedrunning event will be returning on August 15th to the 21st with Flame Fatales. Game submissions will be open from May 18th to the 25th, so a little bit later this month. Go to gamesdonequick.com/framefatales for more information on that upcoming event. And as always, I'd like to thank everyone for coming out and watching both Mercy Kill and Never Before Seen tonight. If you want to catch more of what I do here on Hotfix, I also host Speed Seasons 3 on Sunday afternoons starting at 1 p.m. That is an open speedrun competition. I'll go ahead and post the command for that. Next game that we are racing is Skyblazer, and that is game 5, I think. And we'll be revealing game 6 out of 7 in our league at the end of that show this Sunday, so definitely come check that out.
Teej, you don't have any bombs, by the way.
I need bombs. I had to get bombs to kill the turtle. Nice. Thanks, like. I had to get bombs to kill the turtle. Now I need to get bombs to actually do the Hinox Warp.
I'm looking at chat, and I'm also very upset with myself that I've never thought of using that as terminology, that Ice has a chill community. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. I'm going to use that from now on.
You charging royalties for that one? You better.
How could I charge royalties on something?
No. I'm talking to the person who suggested it. I'd be charging for that. You can't just give those away for free.
Just let me know where to send the royalties to.
Okay. So
nice heart.
This trick is very weird. Okay, so what we want to do is, all right, so the idea is to take damage and get grabbed by the Hinox on the same frame. And the way we do that here is via a very specific setup where I'm going to be like bonking a wall and then walking diagonally after bonking the wall. And on the right frame, it is frame perfect. On the right frame, I'm going to try to fire a bomb arrow, take damage, and the Hinox is going to grab me on the same frame. And let's see if we can do it.
We also wow, nice. We also enter the room on the right side of the door frame.
No, so that was a frame late. So that's what happens if you're late.
This is thankfully the friendliest of the 3 Hinox Warps because you can just retry it really easily.
That was early, and now I don't have enough health to do it, so I need to auto-load. So if this were a run, I would have just lost like probably 45 seconds.
I love this game.
Why not on the left frame? Because then you would bonk the wall too early. The whole setup that you're seeing here is very specific to get Link and the Hinox in the correct position and at the same the correct frame timing to do what we're trying to show here.
Oh, I love the Nintendo Steam.
There we go. That's what it is.
Yeet.
So now I'm in the boss room. But there's no boss. You can just go. You can just go straight through this room. That is what the D8 Hinox Warp looks like.
There are 2 other Hinox Warps in this run. We're not going to show them here. If you want to take a look at that, you can always just check out. I'm going to post the link to the leaderboards real quick. take a look at the leaderboards, watch one of the runs there under any %, and you'll be able to find the 3 Hinox Warps. The world record has all 3 of them, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And
yep, all 3 of them first try, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and the RNG one has to be first try or the run's dead. So take a look at those. But that's going to be it for us. I want to thank TGH and Ice Blue again for coming out to showcase this.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Amber.
Yeah, thank you for being a great host as well.
It is my pleasure. And just to, like, if anyone's wondering what the heck is a Hinox Warp, what's happening during that time when Link is invisible, by the way, he's just kind of teleporting everywhere until he ends up where he's supposed to go. Well, quote-unquote, supposed to go.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, like somebody made a map of the coordinates where Link goes while the Hinox Warp is going on, and it's absolutely wild to look at. Like
it looks like my drawings from MS Paint.
Yeah, it's like, so figure like so the area that my webcam is in is like the canvas, like the map of the dungeon that we're talking about. Picture the dungeon, the actual like accessible part of the dungeon is in like this corner of the map. The Hinox Warp itself goes all over the place beyond the scope of that accessible portion of the map.
Yeah, especially in Dungeon 7.
It's just like all over the place.
But yeah, so thank you again, and thank you all for coming out to watch. We're gonna take a quick break and then prepare to raid someone. So we will be sending you all over. Give all this positive energy and this good vibes or chill vibes, since we've got Ice Blue here, to whomever is doing their own speedrun content, and cheer them on for the remainder of the night. Thank you all so much, and have a great rest of your night.